sources are now indicating that the India-UK Home Affairs Secretaries meet that is happening right now. Information coming in from that meeting, all extradition cases were discussed between the two countries, including the Vijay Mallya case. The British side has assured India that they will extend all help in the 10 extradition cases pending in the UK. There are also 11 extradition requests on the part of the UK pending in India, on which the Indian side has assured the UK all support. Let's go across to Geeta Mohan to get more on this. What's the inside track there, Geeta? We understand that both sides have mutually agreed to cooperate and extend all help on all pending extradition cases on both sides.
Right, after a very important piece of information coming in through sources within the ministry telling NewsX that India and UK are going to sign the MoU in July on reworking agreement of security cooperation, which will include extradition and MLAT. This is the peg, Atal. This is going to be very important, and it is going to be key to bringing Vijay Mallya back to the country to face the laws of the land. While all these issues were discussed, and there are also 11 extradition requests of UK that are pending, like you rightly pointed out, that there is going to be an assured support and assistance by both countries for those who are wanted in either of the countries, is something that was discussed between Wilkinson and Maharishi. But the important bit of information is the signing of an MoU to rework the agreement on security cooperation, which will certainly include extradition and the mutual legal assistance treaty that already exists between the two countries. All
right, this is big news coming in right now, mutually assured of cooperation between the two sides here on all pending extradition cases. The MoU, you said, Geeta, will be signed in July, and we understand that Vijay Mallya perhaps was the top of the agenda. It was discussed as well. Apart from Vijay Mallya, there are some other cases related to extradition, but I would be presuming that the government would keep Mallya as their top priority here.
Well, absolutely. Vijay Mallya has to face the laws of the land, given that there are not just disgruntled and unhappy employees of Kingfisher, but also the fact that there is a case against Vijay Mallya, and he has to face the laws over here. Lalit Modi being another case that the Indian administration should be and would be looking at, and there are very many that India also see that the United Kingdom is also looking at being extradited from India. So in this cooperation between the two countries, the problems, the loopholes that that exist in the legal systems of both the countries, specifically and particularly in the United Kingdom, those loopholes need to be plugged and have to be plugged for Vijay Mallya and the rest, like Vijay Mallya, to be brought back to India. It is these loopholes that allow people like Vijay Mallya to enjoy the space in the United Kingdom, and those loopholes plugging will happen in the reworking of the agreement on security cooperation, which certainly will plug the loopholes in the extradition treaty as also the mutual legal assistance treaty.
One question for my sake, Geeta. The extradition laws and the loopholes, like you mentioned, of course, can be reworked and in all likelihood will be reworked between the two sides. But would that still not be dependent on what the courts in the UK predict or decide about Mallya's fate? Would that be connected or not?
Well, the court cases in the United Kingdom, will certainly play an important role. But the courts also look at government decisions and acts, laws passed in their own parliament, and accordingly decide. The treaties also that are signed between two countries hold good for. What it will really do is strengthen India's case, even in the courts in the United Kingdom, with a different and a reworked agreement. Whether it's going to be in retrospective in nature, it surely is going to be retrospective in nature too, because there has been no judgment on the court proceedings that are underway in the United Kingdom, and hence the two sides are working fast to ensure that there is enough legal room and elbow for both the countries to work out the differences and the loopholes to ensure Vijay Mallya and the likes return to India.
All right, there you go. The court cases will perhaps also look to the reworking of agreements by their own government, something that the British government has assured India will be reworked and hopefully put in the MoU being signed in July later this year. So, well, good news for the government on the Indian side, of course. They've been pursuing Mallya for a while here It's become something of a prestige issue for the NDA government, and now some good news on that front, with the British Home Secretary assuring the Indian side that not only will an MoU be signed in July, but the loopholes in the extradition treaties and the extradition laws will be perhaps reworked to try and fit in and make sure that all possible help is extended to India. And India, of course, in turn has also assured the UK of all possible help regarding the 11 other extradition cases and requests on the British side that are still stuck in India. Geeta, this is, of course, coming in from sources as the meeting is still going on. And this is a very important piece of news for all extradition cases. And you rightly mentioned Lalit Modi as well. Currently, Lalit Modi has perhaps gotten a bit of a relief since the Interpol red corner notice has been lifted. But since he's also in the loop here, a reworking of those clauses would affect his case as well. All right, we don't have Geeta Mohan quite yet on the phone line, but the news coming in right now, let me just recap for the viewers. Both sides, the India and the UK, have decided that there will be renewed cooperation as far as extradition is concerned, and perhaps a reworked extradition treaty could be seen very soon. An MoU will be signed in July. We'll take a short break.